What's up guys, Mispess here, back with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes commentary video, and today we are going to be talking about the Assault Battles Military Might Empire version here. This is the third time that this event has occurred, and it will not be the last. EA has said in their previous announcements that they are going to be sticking to a little bit more of a consistent event schedule, which is great because that means that we can rely on these events coming back on a more regular basis, and we will actually be able to see these more often. And granted, the rewards aren't like spectacular, mind-blowing, or anything super spectacular, especially considering the fact that you can only do it once each tier each day, which this event is only running twice, for free. So for free to play, you get a handful of shards twice for over the course of 2 days. So 4 times you get a handful of shards. Nothing super spectacular. The rewards are nothing like mind-blowing, and honestly, for the 150 crystals that it costs to do them again, I don't really see the value. So they're something fun to do when they do show up, which I don't know the exact schedule or rotation that these events will be on, but it is nice to know that they will finally consistently be on a schedule. So this is my attempt at the Tier 2, which honestly, I'm not going to lie, the last time this event came around, I got maybe this far with 5 characters, and then all of these Magma Troopers just melted my squad. I would only make it to the 4th battle with Darth Vader with maybe 3 characters if I was lucky. And so I went into this kinda not really knowing what to expect, especially since the Droid Fights Back event, when it showed up a couple weeks ago, was hard. That bonus tier was crazy hard. I tried pretty hard to beat it with my main account, which didn't have really great droids. Let's be honest here, most of my droids are not exactly geared out really well on this account, and so I switched over to my other account where I pretty much ran nothing but droids, and even there I wasn't able to beat it the first time around, the second time around, or even until the second day. My brother said, since I've given that account to my brother, he said that he was finally able to beat the second tier. So I didn't have any gameplay of actually beating the second tier of the Droids Fight Back, but yeah, this event, the bonus tier, I was a little concerned that I only made it to the 4th round before I started losing all protection. However, having Wedge lead was a really good deal for me. And when Vader Force Crushed right there, I was a little concerned for Han Solo. But as you can tell, with Wedge's lead, it turned out to be really beneficial. It worked out great in my favor because every time they get a critical strike, they get 15% of their health back, and then whenever they land a killing blow, they get a whole ton of their health back. So it's really nice to have Wedge as your lead. If you don't have Wedge lead, you might want to consider running either Han Solo, or not Han Solo, but Stormtrooper Han as your lead for the extra defense when they are above 50% health, and then on the occasion that your characters do drop below 50% health, they will get that big offense boost. If you don't have Stormtrooper Han, or maybe you don't want to try Stormtrooper Han as your lead, and you don't have Wedge, I would probably recommend Admiral Ackbar as my second choice, behind Stormtrooper Han. So, third choice, I guess. Just because Ackbar gives that huge speed boost to all of your characters, and then anytime a character uses a non-attack ability, so say you have Princess Leia in your group, she stealths, another character in your group will attack. And then if Stormtrooper Han, whenever he taunts, he is going to trigger an attack from another character. And then also the special ability for this event whenever a character uses that, that also counts as a non-attacking move, and it will trigger an actual attack from another character. So that is nice. You can use Ackbar lead for that. However, I would recommend using Wedge if you have Wedge, which, let's face it, if you are going after the bonus tier, you probably have Wedge and Biggs in your squad. So you are probably already going to be running Wedge lead. Now, if you don't have Raid Han Solo, the Rancor Han Solo, I'm going to admit, this event would probably be pretty stinking hard. I'm actually about to do today's events, and I'm going to try it without Raid Han Solo just to see if maybe he is the linchpin to this success. So I know that his being able to stun at the beginning of every engagement is a big help. As you saw, I was able to stun Vader first off. I was pretty much able to stun one character at the beginning of every single engagement, including stunning Emperor Palpatine, which basically gave me the capability to take him out before he even got to attack once. That was crazy. I was not expecting that. So, needless to say, I didn't have too much of a problem with Tier 2, but then again, all of these characters were Gear 10 or 11. Stormtrooper Han was Gear 11, Lando was Gear 11, Wedge, Biggs, and Han Solo were all Gear 10. So, I was pretty happy that I got those Mark III Chedak Complink prototype salvage. Those are extremely valuable, especially since I'm 2 raids away from unlocking General Kenobi. I'm going to need a lot more of those. I'm probably going to need, I think, another 100 or 150 more of those Chedak Comlinks, so I'm not complaining about my rewards there. And the rewards that you can get are pretty good. There's stun cuffs in there, the stun guns that you need a boatload of for a lot of characters, including those Chedak Comlinks. You're going to need a boatload of those. Even though you do get them from challenges, a lot of characters are really starting to use a lot of those gear pieces. Like I said, General Kenobi needs like 450 pieces of that salvage. So the rewards aren't bad. It's just the shard count that you get isn't great. I mean, for the first time completion, I only got, what was that, like 15, 16 shards? And they were assorted, so it didn't really make a huge dent in any progress if I needed any of those shards. Which I don't have General Veer's 7 stars, and I don't have the Snow Trooper 7 stars, or I know that there's another Empire character that I'm missing. Stormtrooper. Regular Stormtrooper. I don't have him 7 stars because honestly he's not that great. So I don't have those 3 Empire characters 7 stars. But otherwise I have Magma Trooper and the other ones all 7 stars, which Magma Trooper was probably my single or greatest regret of any character that I took up to 7 stars. I don't know why I took him to 7 stars. I think it was because I read his kit, it looks awesome, but his damage is so bad. It's so bad. It's laughable, guys. It's just embarrassingly bad. So, Magma Trooper, if you are considering leveling him up, just know he sucks. I'm just going to tell you right now, straight up, he sucks. You will be greatly disappointed in the Magma Trooper. So, don't waste your time, don't waste your effort, unless you are desperate. And by desperate, I mean you want to get a 5th Empire character and General Veers takes too long. Because he does. General Veers, I think, is found in 3 hard mode battles, and the drop rate is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, if you need an alternative to General Veers for a 5th character to maybe unlock the potency challenge, then maybe you can get Magma Trooper. I mean, he does have a whole lot of health and a whole lot of protection, so you can throw him into your squad, and you don't have to worry about him dying and screwing you out of the 3 stars. So, that is probably the only scenario where I would recommend even thinking about going after Magma Trooper. But I'm getting off topic, doesn't matter. The point is, I'm going to give it a shot, try and beat this 2nd tier without Han Solo. So, I'm going to go do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, and I've got good news. I swapped out Han Solo, the trick shot Han Solo, who stuns, for my Admiral Ackbar. Now, granted, I did take my Admiral Ackbar up to Gear 10 because I use Home 1 in my Fleet Arena. So Ackbar was rocking Gear 10, so take that into account. And I was able to beat it first time around. I was able to basically breeze through all 8 battles, and the only loss I had was when Palpatine got to take his one turn in Stage 8. He killed Han Solo, Stormtrooper Han, because obviously I wasn't able to stun him, and of course I taunted with Han because, let's face it, he's a tank. That's his job, is to take the damage, and I can tell you right now, Emperor Palpatine does some crazy stupid damage. Like, I think he did 46,000 damage to my Stormtrooper Han, who didn't have any protection at that point. So, yeah, he died. Now, that is good news for everyone who doesn't have Raid Han Solo, Rancor Han Solo, which I'm gonna, 1,575 pieces of those Mark V keybeds. Please, EA, for the love of all things sacred in the Star Wars universe, please give us a method of getting rid of some of that gear. I brought up the possibility with my interview when I was out at CG with you guys of a possible gear exchange store, or some way of turning in salvage for other gear for either pieces of the higher tier of that same piece or lower tiers of that same piece. Or let's treat it like the shard shop, open up a second interface or a store or something that you can take salvage and turn it in for a currency or something, where you only have 6 or 9 or 12 selections of other gear pieces that rotate. I don't even care if it's like the shard shop and is only available once a day. Please give us some way of getting rid of these gear pieces that we have thousands of. So many people want a way to get rid of some of that gear that they don't feel like they're using. So please, please, please try to do that. But otherwise, guys, you can do it. I used Wedge, Biggs, Lando, Stormtrooper Han, and Admiral Ackbar, all very easy, free-to-play characters to obtain to beat the second tier of this battle. Now, I think they may have dropped the damage of the engagement on the bonus tier, just because I remember last time we did it, my characters got smoked. And I don't think they're that much higher geared now than they were for the first time it showed up, or rather the second time it showed up a couple months ago. So, good news for all of you free-to-play out there who are wanting to beat this challenge, this event, and get your achievement, and then also get your bonus tier cleared. You can probably clear it with Gear 8 and 9, but you're gonna have a little bit of trouble. I know for a fact that if you have at least Wedge and Biggs at Gear 10, you'll probably have a much easier time of defeating this, and it also really helps having Stormtrooper Han at a pretty good gear level, because he gets a lot more health and protection at those higher tiers. Another character that you may be able to sub in is the Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. I know one of my guildmates had some great success with Scarif Rebel Pathfinder, especially with the last stage. Emperor Palpatine killed his Rebel Pathfinder a couple times and he revived, so that may work out for you guys as well. But that about does it for the video, guys. If you want to continue the conversation, please jump over to my Discord server and we can talk about the event more there. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Like, favorite, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and I will catch y'all later.